Virgo, hi. I hope everyone is doing really well. Let's have a look at a weekly reading for November 10 to 16. We'll see what comes through. Let's have a look at all different areas of your life, Virgo, and what's coming up, what you don't see coming, and your main energy for Virgo. Play Spirit for Virgo. Let's see what's here for you. Okay, let's have a look and see. Finances, play Spirit for Virgo. Ooh, okay, that's a really nice card for finances. I'll try and put these cards so you can see them properly. Family, play Spirit, family. The Magician, interesting. Social, how's Virgo's social going to look? We have the King of Wands here. We're going to pull another card because that is a court card for your social environment. The Justice card. Okay. Career for Virgo for the week of the 10th to 16th. Oh, look at that. An Ace of Pentacles, very nice. That's very much tied in with your finances as well. Oh, this is really nice. Look at this environment. Very lucky time. What are you manifesting, Virgo? This is amazing. Let's have a look at love. Queen of Swords, and we'll pull out one more on that because it is a court card. Two of Swords. Okay, Virgo, let's see what's here. Overall energy. Oh, very nice, the Lovers, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. And I'm going to pull another card on that because that is a court card. Okay. Right, the Sun is also there. So Virgo, the 10 of Swords is here in your financial position. So this is definitely putting an ending to a certain way of thinking. His hand there is actually the symbol of what the Hierophant does as well in that card. So this is very much about discipline in your thinking. This is about putting an end to a very difficult situation, or making a plan and you're like scrapping an old one and thinking, right, that's done, I'm making this new plan. It could have something to do with your career this week because you do have the Ace of Pentacles in your career. Let's pull out a card on this. 10 of Swords. Why is the 10 of Swords here in finances? So it's definitely coming through and getting out of a difficult situation, but it is Swords energy. So you may be like viewing money or viewing your spending, or viewing like where you're putting your money, investing your money in a different way. So like an old way of thinking is definitely sort of ending here. We have 3 of Wands. Yeah, you're going on a new path in regards to your finances or a financial situation. You're making some new plans and now you're starting to action them. Let's have a look at the Magician. This is in your family environment, Gemini, Virgo energy. You could be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo like yourself. This is like, what is it that you want to bring to a family situation, a family dynamic? What is it that you want to bring in? Virgo, this is an amazing week. Whatever you want to happen, whether it's reuniting with a family member, whether it's, you know, if you've had difficulties with a certain family, this can be a child, this can be a grandparent, a brother, a sister, this can be whoever you call your family, okay? You're manifesting in this week, or you're able to, if you want to harness this energy, just like anything you want, basically. If you want things to be on a more even playing field, I'm also hearing things to be more balanced. This is coming in for you. You have everything it takes. 5 of Pentacles is in the reverse here. Maybe you've manifested something. Oh, this is interesting. Maybe you've manifested something that has to do with like a lack of in the financial situation, and things are definitely getting better with the Magician being there. Or it doesn't have to be finances. It can be like feeling left out of a situation, not included. You're manifesting whatever you're manifesting for it to either be taken apart or brought back together is coming in for you, Virgo. So your powers of manifestation are super high this week. You've got 2 10s as well, which can talk about like the ending of certain things, right? We've got an Ace, that's the beginning of something else. You've got a choice because, you know, Gemini is linked with the Magician. You've got some choices or decisions possibly to make in a family dynamic. The overall arching energy is the Lovers card. So great connections this week, Virgo, building great connections with people in your career circle, within your, you know, your bosses, your co-workers, your mentors, your parents, whatever you want to bring in or take apart. Okay, not everyone wants to get close to others. Possibly, you know, you can be manifesting somebody out of your life. Okay, it can go both ways here, but whatever you're manifesting, you have like every capability, every opportunity and every tool in your toolbox to do that. King of Wands is with the Justice, so Sag, Aries, Leo, male or female in your life, possibly in regards to your social circle. There could be something going on, obviously legal here. I don't really like to do baseline tarot, but it is showing up there. You've also got something possibly, you know, possibly you hear of someone in your social circle, friendship circle going to court. Things will be, you know, if that's your story, things will all be okay for them. Things will iron out. Justice will be served in a good way, in a positive for them. This could even be like your energy, Virgo, where you have like a fire in your chart, whether it's moon, whether it's rising, north node. You could also have Libra in your chart here. We have Libra on the table. We also have Sag energy. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Gemini a couple of times, 3 times here actually in your reading. So we've got some air, we've got a mix of fire, earth. It's a really balanced week. I'm seeing it to be quite a nice balanced week here. So social circle, what's going on? Maybe you're being fair in a situation with a masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. I mean, the King of Wands is normally masculine energy. Maybe you're acting on something in a social circle that you need to say something or need to call somebody out as well for doing the wrong thing and put things right. Why is this here? Why is the King of Wands with the Justice card? I feel this is your energy, Virgo. Like you're passionate about something. You're like also standing up for yourself, and you know, if you know you're right in a social event or circle, or you know, one of your friends, you're sort of like, you're making it known. You are definitely making it known. Especially if someone is not being empathetic or compassionate in a situation. All right, we've got the King of Cups in the reverse, and we've got the Two of Cups as well. Perhaps sometimes the best thing to do here, Virgo, is to just like back out of a friendship as well. You know, the Two of Cups did actually come out in the reverse, so you may be deciding, you know, you're passionately deciding that maybe somebody isn't for you anymore in your social circle. Right, let's look at your career. New opportunity, possibly a new doorway opening. Let's clarify that. Your boss could be giving you like, you know, can you handle this project? I know you can do this. So it could be something very exciting, or you could be creating this new way of looking at your career. Okay, yeah, new way of looking. The Hanged Man in the reverse. So I do feel, I find that I'm a Virgo sun, so I'm finding this for myself. I was actually thinking about this the other day, thinking, you know, what if you use that, you know, everyone uses the word I'm going to work. Okay, let's change that word, Virgo. Let's change it to I'm going to my support job, right? So I'm like, oh, I've got so many more years left or whatever in my primary job. How am I going to handle this? Instead of like seeing it as work, it's seeing it in a different way. Okay, and that's the Ace of Pentacles to me. It's seeing something in a different way so that you will benefit in some sort of way from the experience of being in your job or at work, however you want to call it. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is here. This is in your area of environment. This is beautiful, very lucky time. Okay, so environment can mean where you live, where you work, where you hang out, where you frequent your time. Why is the wheel here? Pay attention, Virgo, to your environment, because there could be something happening in and around you that you're not like, you need to like put your head up and see what's going on, because something this week could come to your attention and could be a blessing or like a lucky reward for you in something to do with your environment. You know, let your guard down in something. Perhaps someone asks you to do something or support them or help them, and then you get something back from it. You know, you don't expect it, but you just do. Okay, so really lucky time in your, you know, like I said, where you're living, where you're working, where you're hanging out. All right, Queen of Swords, Two of Swords. This is in your love situation. So, you know, some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If this is your energy, Virgo, you're very clear, being very clear with someone here. I am going to clarify this because it doesn't really, yeah. This could be a new relationship as well. The Ace of Cups just came out. You're being very clear, setting some boundaries, possibly someone's being unemotional or not being clear with their words and being very indecisive, whether it's a new relationship or an existing one. Okay, you got the Nine of Cups. Perhaps someone is being like, yeah, they're not being very open or affectionate this week, and you're like, you know, you're telling them what you need in a relationship. One more card on that Knight of Cups in the reverse for Virgo. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're saying to someone, you know, perhaps, obviously, it's not for everyone. This is a general reading. But this is sort of like saying, you know, maybe Virgo, you're setting the sort of score with someone and saying, you know, if you're not willing to sort of like put the effort in and be unemotional and work hard at this, perhaps something's coming up in a love situation this week where, you know, someone is undecided about a decision that needs to be made, and you're like, I want to work hard on this. Do you or do you not? Like, put it down the line. Ice Queen, Queen of Swords there. But the overall energy is really beautiful. It's really good communications with others. It's like making good decisions. This came out in the upright. It's good comms with people at work, in your work environment, with your family, you know, and hopefully with your love relationship. But I feel that if you do have that communication with, you know, someone you're in love with, someone that you're dating, whoever, husband, wife, whatever, you know, you're going to get some sort of good result here. I think the person is just really going to pay attention, because I think that would, if it's in a love situation, come back around to seeing eye to eye again. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Okay, let's see what this is here for. So this is like what you don't see coming, needing to make a decision. You know, we are in Mercury retrograde. Making a decision, Knight of Pentacles is very slow. Having a look at possibly your financial situation moving into the next week of the 17th, moving forward. You're walking away though, or you're taking your emotion out of some sort of decision. You're finding your comfort, Virgo, and that's what you don't see coming up. You're finding your comfort. You're dropping things that are not priority. If they're not like on the main sort of top 3 to do list of things to do urgently, you're sort of like dropping everything else, I feel, moving forward. I think it's benefiting you, Virgo, because I think you have carried a lot and you've overthinked possibly a lot, and this came out in the reverse. So yeah, you're not really overthinking too much anymore. Maybe a lot, you know, we've got a few financial cards here. Maybe some of you have already made like a really good financial plan and you're sticking to it, so you don't have to, you know, break your back sort of like to finish work in a couple of years. Maybe you're stretching it to a 5-year plan, something like that. It's something that you're like, you know what, everything's going to be okay. I've got a lot of trust and faith in spirit. And there you are, Virgo, Queen of Pentacles, sitting there on your throne. You're holding your coin. You know you've got it in your hand. You're looking, you know, the other way. You're seeing what's going on around you. Great time, you know, Mercury retrograde till the 29th of November to like reassess and assess lots of different situations. The great thing about Mercury retrograde is, you know, the planets don't expect you to act. The Lovers is paired with the Empress. I think it's a really good week, Virgo. I really do. There's maybe a couple of things in regards to relationships here, but I think you can get through those because we have the Lovers as your overall energy. The Empress is growth. It's like being in control of your emotions. It's being strong when you have to and compassionate and empathetic when you need to as well. That was your reading, Virgo, for this week of the 10th, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.